Right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the session. Now, I really hope you guys have had a great week so far. All the trades that we have given you must have given you an amazing profit. We'll touch base shortly on them. We'll go through the rest of the month's structures and opportunities that we will have. Also, we'll touch base on what we have said in the past, from the past 2 weeks, for those of you who have been trialing, and for those of you who have just started the trial, it will be just a recap for you to decide whether this is for you or not. Okay. Then we'll talk about Bitcoin and also what is really happening about the crypto market. In terms of the geopolitics, there's nothing much that is going to impact us that I can see, at least for this week. But we'll see the war impact will fade away from silver and gold. We'll touch base on that as well, and we'll conclude the session with your requests. Now, going forward, there will not be the trades of the week will be given to you live during the session. I will be posting the charts inside your dashboards going forward. Okay. Because I need to explain the in more details in terms of descriptions. So make sure you read the description carefully. Whatever I'll be writing going forward inside your dashboards for the trades of the week, you should be able to find it in there. Okay. Right. That is pretty much for the summarized, version of today's session. We'll conclude that, like I said to you, with your request. Let me have the confirmation from a few of you, if you can hear me and see my screen before I crack on. Fantastic. Thank you. Right, quickly, your messages. Good afternoon, Professor. Trust you're in good health. I'm very well. Thank you, Riyadh. Thanks, Gulaim. Thanks, Derico. Robert here, West Yorkshire. Sounds good. Thank you very much, Robert. Thank you, Hendy. Thank you, Francisco. Stefan, all of you. I really hope you have had a great week so far. Right, let's have a look. Again, as I've mentioned, before I crack on into the session today, I'd like to actually make sure that I need to show you something that we have actually been saying to you since the past 2 weeks, since the launch of this our new service trial. So let's have a look at that one first, and then after that we can actually head over to the next part of the session. Let me know, please, if you can hear my screen, because I'm going to share my screen as well as I'm going to share the sound, computer sound as well. Okay. So please, 1 or 2 confirmation would be nice. In fact, it will actually be going. So again, as I've said, this is the 21st of April session where we are talking about the trades of the week. What we have said, what market has done. I'll take you through slowly. Again, it's just to show you that what we have said and what market has done and how is it all panning out. Okay. What were we wrong, or were we actually, making sense in those structures? Okay, guys, if there is a delay in my voice, apologies in advance. I'm not on my trading desk at the moment, so I'm trying my best to actually convey as much as I can. But I really hope that you can hear and you can see my screen as well. And then you can trade this towards this bulk and the sell. Okay. But for now, this is a buy trade with upside without market actually tapping, upside and coming into this zone. This is one trade. The second trade that we'll be looking for this week would be the euro yen with upside. Again, for this one, we're expecting market to give us a pullback here. That pullback should give us a push to the upside, minimum towards breaking these 2 tops, best case scenario towards 166. Remember, that is what we will be looking for this. Right, so that was the 21st of April, one day after we launched. Now, I'm just going to go through the charts and then show you what we have said and what market has done. So as you can see here, that's where we expected market to give us a reaction. It has been falling from here, even prior to that. You can see that it's been going down, going up, going down, going up. And from here it was a great fall, 500 pips fall. But from this level, we expected market to give us a reaction to the upside. And that was the trade of the week to the upside. Okay. Not last week, the week before. Now, the second one that we have given was Euro Yen. Again, As you can see here, that was the trade. Corrective structure pushed to the upside. Instead of market just going and breaking these two tops, it actually went all the way up, you know, probably 900 pips to the upside. Okay, again, I'm not expecting any of you or all of you to actually hold it all the way to the upside, but if any of you have actually managed to do that, you did good. Okay, now this was, again, as I've said, this was last week, the week before. Now let's get back to the last week, what we have said, and then we crack on with the next part. Go through quickly for the trades of the week, and what market has done so far, and what we have for the rest of the week. Firstly, I gave you these two as a scalping trade that I did say that to you. This might actually go and even tap the top. Just take the liquidity above these two tops and then come back to this zone, which is 59 level. Okay. Same for the EURUSD as well. EURUSD I expected from 46 market to tap above 46.5. It has actually given us even further, which is 47 as well. Okay. So this was the before, and this is going to be the after. So as you see that New Zealand dollar reacted just above these two tops and then came right back into the zone where we expected the market to react. Okay. Now, do you think this is all, you know, coming into the place just randomly? We expected the employment change to give that drop to us. Okay. And we got the drop yesterday. So again, what I'm trying to tell you here is everything makes sense when you do the research, when you do your due diligence properly, and when you align every single thing, fundamentals, technical analysis, and then everything else comes into place, and you'll see that you'll be shocked at how market would actually react from the levels you would expect it to react. Okay. Similarly, for the EURUSD as well, we expected from 46. As you can see here, 46.09 is the level where the market has reacted, and 46.10 was the level where we expected market to react towards this zone here. And you see there, market not only just reacted here, just give you a tiny bit of a pullback and then a push right back up here. Okay. Had it wanted to go back to the downside, it would have done it from here, not prior to that. That's why I asked you to do that as a scalping trade. But if you have traded this and managed your trade, you must have made a lot of money in this one as well, because again, this was, instead of giving you 50 pips, it ended up actually giving you more than 100 pips. Okay. Second of all, I gave you this trade from Aussie 200 towards this level. Market has basically gone to very close to that level, but never touched the target yet. But you'll see that it will touch the target. Again, from this zone, market tapped up 100 points, came back down. It's heading to the upside again. Again, even if market comes back down further, it will tap that. Okay. But if you haven't tapped, this one, and you're still waiting for the market to go to the upside, make sure you wait for the setup to get back in. Okay. Don't get back in just like that. Similarly, on the Euro-Oz, as we expected market to react in this zone here. Okay. So remember, we never reacted, from here. Why from here? Okay. Look at that. What market has done here. Euro-Oz, and I'm just going to reveal the box here. Look at that. So it kept on falling from 65 all the way down to 63, and then reacted from 63. From there, it pushed up to the exact level, and market to reacting here. Okay. So that has straight away 200 pips for you. So again, what I'm expecting for you all to actually know from this and learn from this is that I want all of you to understand one thing. Every single thing is logical in the market. All what you need to do is just read them. And that is exactly what we teach you, how to read the market like a book. Okay. Not only just the trade of the week, trade of the month as well, also have already given you 250 pips profit. I'm not going to reveal which one is that, but you should know that. All of you, the pro members, you should see that in your dashboard when I've posted that trade and the market is where now. Okay. So again, all the trades have gone into the profit, must have given you 2%. If you have made 2%, do not trade for the rest of the week. Okay. Now, just to conclude this series of the trades that we have given, and I said that to you specifically, that all the yen pairs are ready apart from the chief yen. Chief yen, as soon as it will tap 175, all will break down. Did I say that on Sunday? Go back and check the Sunday session. You'll find out. Okay. Look at that. Do you think it's magical? 175 tap. As soon as market has done that, all of them broke down. 500 pips. And I exactly said that if market would do that, do not miss the fall. Okay. And that is exactly what market has done. As soon as this pair has tapped 175, all of them fell apart. Okay. So please watch the Sunday session. It will be really, really Right. So as I've said, this is just to make sure that those of you who have taken the free trial or you have just joined us, just to give you a glimpse what we do here. Okay. Again, we are never going to be 100% right all the time. But what we are trying to tell you is even when you're wrong, market will give you some chances to get you out of that. Okay. And that is exactly where we come in. Now, again, we have seen what market has said. Again, we have seen like what Aussie 200 was doing. Let's have a look what has happened since then. Because on Wednesday, I've said it will be going back up. Did it go back up? You can see here, it has started to push right back up. At that point, when we did the session on Wednesday, it actually fell down and then went right back up. Since then, it has actually gone up 100 points already. But again, like I said, it will be going to go and tap the top. This is all the structures. That is exactly what we need you to actually learn. Remember, guys, you can keep doing that. Okay. You can keep taking the free trials. You can keep wasting your money, onto the, giving it back to the market. But you will never achieve something until you actually be with the like-minded people, be with the winners. Okay. And that is something that we want you to understand, that this market will always be going to take your money until you learn how the market will behave, because there is no magical key for it. We have been here and we have done it. And that's why we are here to tell you today that there is no, there is no quick way to get there. It's always going to be with some knowledge, with like-minded community, and with the best mentors. That's only where you will have the chance, with the determination of yourself, that you want to be a successful trader. Then you will be able to become a successful trader. Okay. This is a book. We are reading it like a book. As soon as market unfolds, we tell you what is happening. It might change during the day, during the week, during even few hours, but that's why we have the daily sessions for you all, so you can actually get updates from our seniors, okay, during the live sessions. Now, as I've mentioned, this is something that I wanted to make sure you all understand. Now, all these moves that I've just shown you, if you would have just taken 2 trades in the last 2 weeks, you would have already achieved the target for a whole month. Now, you don't need to be greedy, because once you have achieved the target, you need to stick to it, okay? Because if you keep on doing that and you keep on trying your luck, it's never going to work. You need to wait for the right time to enter into the market, and then you start making money. Now, again, as I've said, you're more than welcome to keep testing the free trial. But if you think this is something that is making you money, and this is something that can actually grow you to a successful trader, from a new trader to the pro trader, you can always have the starter plan as well. Again, it will allow you few certain things here, which you again can see that. But with the pro plan, you will have a full access to everything. This is never happened in before. And again, if still this doesn't work for you, you haven't lost anything. Okay. All what you have done is you have gained some knowledge for free. Okay. So please go through this one. And if you have any questions, please do give us a shout. More than happy to help. Joe will try his best to actually do whatever he can. Now, that is pretty much to do with what we have said and what market has done. So far, this is the first week of May, where I need to give you the seasonality today. I need to talk to you about a few other things, about the crypto market, and I'll need to show you a few things. Again, we are humans. We have a very short-term memory when it comes to trading. Okay. You'll find that you are into the trade, and then all of a sudden what happens is, like, when the market starts to go against you, you forget that where the structure or what you had in mind as a target. Because then what happens if market goes against you and you are trading without the stop loss and without any strategy, without any plan of the trade, you will get into it. And if you are in the loss, you will start to see things totally differently. When the market goes further against you, you will start to hope for even a break even. And when it goes to a further downside or further upside against you, then you will hope for at least some small money that you can actually get, out of that capital that you had. Okay. This is how we humans are behaving short term. That's why it is important for us to actually make you reminded that please invest on yourself. Forget about us only. I'm telling you, anywhere else you go and you learn from them before you actually inject your hard-earned money. Otherwise, the money that you're going to pay to any of us, if you like us, again, like I said to you, this money, $145, you'll probably be able to make it within a week, okay? But the problem is you're not willing to do that. What you're willing to do is you are willing to give 1,450 or 14,500 or 1.4 million to the market without learning. That is the real problem in the psychology of the traders now, okay? So please make sure you learn it from anyone. If you think that they are the right mentors for you, do your due diligence, go to their Trustpilot, go to talk to their their members. You will be able to find a lot of testimonials, because internet is full full of everything at the moment, okay? So you can just do some small research and then you'll be able to find out what really these people are, okay? So again, if you are willing to come and join us, you're more than welcome. But that is exactly sort of analysis you're going to do once we teach you what we do. And again, this is not the analysis that I'm sharing with you. And this sort of analysis our traders already share before we actually get back to you, because that is exactly what we teach them. We don't hide anything from anyone. Whatever we know, we share them, and that's why they're successful. Okay. Right. Again, like I said to you, that is pretty much just to give you a bit of an overview what we really have said and what market has so far done. Okay. Now, quickly your messages before I head over to the crypto market, because what I need to show you today will be really interesting. Okay. And as you know that I do my research, whenever I actually say something to you, I need to make sure that it's not something just randomly. It's something that is based on the research, because I have many more resources where I actually do my research. And when everything aligns with the structure, then only I'll come back to you and give you that in a very simple layman form. Okay. Right. Okay, Deepak, we'll get back to you. Can't hear your voice already. Francisco, okay, better. Brilliant. Okay. Adam, hi T, hope you're doing well. As we have seen last week, FOMC pushed dollar down, and then NFP also pushed DXY further downside. Both news in the same direction, even though you mentioned the effect of both news would be vice versa. Both the news pushed USD DXY down the same direction. That's correct, Adam. Could you kindly explain under which circumstances, both technical and macro factors, would we expect to see the two news have opposite effects? One up, one down, and have the same effect, both same direction. I believe this will be a very insightful learning point for all many things at once. We'll touch base on that, Adam. That is a good shout. But again, remember, you need to understand from the KPI side. Okay. I'll touch base when I'll go to the calendar to show you what basically market has actually anticipated and what market has already given. Remember, the KPIs are the main factors to driving when the market goes in the same week, in the same direction. Okay. Because if the KPI comes negative or positive, more than the expected levels, then you would expect such a such a sell-off or a bullishness in the particular currency. Okay, but I'll explain that to you in detail when we go and talk about the particular KPIs. Demo, hi T, hi Demo. Ali, I never used or know how to benefit from daily live sessions. So can one of your team set me to try during this week? Ali, indeed, you can just simply send a message to any of the seniors. And they will definitely be able to help you. Otherwise, you can just simply post the message on the Slack, and people would actually direct you how to be actually taking the benefit of these sessions. Okay. Christian, thank you, T, on the overview on seasonality. What do you think May month for NASDAQ and S&P as we are in the bull market before the election? Krishna will talk about that one today. That I will be talking about seasonality anyway. Most of the indices I'm expecting in the month of May to be sideways. It probably would be coming down, pushing back up, coming down, pushing back up towards the end of this year. Towards the end of this month, and then probably from the mid of June, we are going to see some sort of bullishness, bearishness, sorry. Right. Now, let's get back to what I wanted to show you for today. Okay. Any messages that you will send now will probably be accommodated after I'll, done with the first list at least. Now, this is called the rainbow chart. Some of you might not have ever heard about this one. But this, I don't anticipate you, or I don't want you all to actually just go and start doing the rainbow chart for all the charts. It doesn't work for all the charts. Okay. It just works for particular instruments, especially in the Bitcoin's case. It does work crazily. And I want to show you that how this works. And the reason for me to show you this is not to persuade you you should buy Bitcoin. Okay. It's just to show you what's coming, based on the facts, okay, based on what market has done previously. And now, if that has happened in the last 16 years, what will be the change this year? Okay, that it will be the speculation for this chart. Now, again, as I've said, this is called a rainbow chart. Every single band represents a level. Like I've been showing you in the past, fear, greed index, extreme greed, neutral. That is one of the indicators, one of the KPIs where you look at how the market sentiment is. Now, this one, the rainbow sentiments are actually slightly different than the other one. Okay. So as you can see, the lowest band is called basically a fire sale. Then you have a buy, then you have accumulation, still cheap, hold. Is this a bubble, FOMO, and sell, and maximum bubble territory? Okay. So as soon as it goes towards red zone, that means the market is going to go towards the sell-off. As soon as it comes towards the blue zone, that means it's going to go towards the buy zone. Okay. That is the real bottom line or summarized version of this rainbow chart. Now look at how this is actually beautifully working for the BTC. Okay. Now we have started the BTC in 2010. It was prior to that as well, but 2010 is when really we started to know about what the really blockchain is. Okay. At that point, it started in 2010. The lowest price we had was 18 cents. Okay. It went up towards this zone of red. And at that point, market was actually, trading at $7 for the Bitcoin. Okay. Then we had a halving. First halving started in 2013. At that point, you have seen that the market came towards $10, $11. Okay. Went up all the way after the halving. The maximum that we have reached was $1,000. Then came back towards the same blue zone, kept on, playing around in this zone here. The lowest in that you have seen was $318 and went up all the way after the halving. You have seen that the market has actually shot up towards $19,300 per Bitcoin. Okay. Again, what I'm trying to show you is how the market has been impacting before the halving, how it has impacted after the halving in terms of the rainbow chart. Okay. And how the prices are determined on the basis of the rainbow chart. And if that will be the case, what are the expectations for the future for the Bitcoin in terms of the pricing? Okay. Because remember, it gives you the range. As you can see here, every band has got a range. And again, in this one, you have seen 19.3K was the maximum price after this halving of 2016. Now, again, market started to drop, came back to this zone. First, the lowest price was 2K, went back up, came back down again, and then started to go back up again, right? After the halving, market started to come right back down here, very tiny tap towards this, towards this green zone, and then pushed right back up towards 58.9, came back, then tapped that back again towards 63K level, which was last year's halving, last time's bull run. Okay. Since then, market has been coming to the downside, been bearish, and then again tapped to this zone, which is a blue zone. Market tapped 17.1, and then since then it has been going to the upside. Now we have tapped halving from this level again. Now the reason why I'm showing you this chart is I need to give you an idea to plan your next buys, okay? And to give you a target as well, to know that when to get out. So I want all of you, I've been telling you since the past 3-4 months before the halving that we are going to plan since the beginning of the halving, we are going to hold this towards 250 days above, okay? Now, where is going to be the best time? This chart would help you, okay? One, this chart. Second, the greed and fear chart. Both of these charts you need to keep an eye on. Thirdly, I showed you how to pick up those coins, which you're going to inject your money, and the rest will become history, okay? And that is what I want all of you to understand. Remember, we are here to make money. I don't care if you make money from Forex, from commodities, from indices, or from crypto or XYZ. As long as we make money, that's what matters, okay? And how to make money, and based on the knowledge, based on the technical structures, based on your fundamental knowledge, and how you can align them all to make a combined and informed decision. That is what we are actually doing in these sessions, okay? Now, as you can see, that market has tapped 68 here, which has taken the top 73, 72.4. Now, since then, it's been coming to the downside. Can this go down further? It can certainly do that, okay? Now, remember, we have tapped last week 58 zone, where the market is actually stopping and, and then went right back towards, again, the yellow zone, okay? Remember, I want you to keep an eye on the zones range here underneath, okay? So if market will come back to any of these zones, green zone or blue zone, or in the middle, wherever it comes in these zones here, you know where it's going next. It's going to go towards the red zone. And the first, let's forget about the red zone. Let's just take the yellow zone. The range for this yellow zone only at the moment is 115,000 to 148,000. Okay, if let's assume that the market will go to that zone without even tapping any of the red zones above, you will still be looking at 3 times the value that the market is currently at. Okay, now this is, again, I've just shown you the past 16 years of data based on this chart, based on how the halving is working. And if market will come down to these of any of these zones here, you know where to buy, which zone to pick up. Okay, now if let's say you say that, you know what, I've never ever traded Bitcoin, I've never ever traded any of these crypto markets, any coins, I'm only going to be willing to enter when the market will go into this blue zone. You stick to that. If it comes to that and you make, market shoots up to the, to the red zone, let's assume here, red zone goes to 300,000 above, right? You imagine the amount of money you're going to make in this. But that's where you come in with your planning. All I did was to show you the path. Okay. So I really hope you guys, go and study this a little bit more. But this is where you need to really be looking at the moment. Okay. Because again, we are traders. We don't care. And I always say to all of our traders, do not fall in love with any of the pairs. Just make money, get out. You don't need to actually be falling in love. The day you will start to fall in love with any pair that I need to be making money because I'm in love with this pair, that's the day you will start to lose money, because then you will start to become a revenge trader. And that revenge is going to actually have a killing impact on your psychology. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So please go and study this. This is going to be something that you that will help you in the planning. So if that will be the case, we are looking for the Bitcoin to go way above. Okay. Right. Now that was the first thing. The second thing that you have seen that this week, all the crypto pairs, all the crypto coins have actually fallen with the speculation. I wouldn't say speculation, with the confirmation news of, Binance ex-CEO's arrest warrant. Again, nothing is new in this one. They just needed something to actually push the market to the downside. You will see that, because remember that the meter of this greed and fear needs to balance out. As soon as it does, you know what's coming. Okay. So don't worry about these ones. You probably would hear much more things, worse things in the future if they're planning to break this price towards the blue zone. Now, on the other hand, the war impact on the commodities have started to fade away, which you can see that from the gold chart. That market was trying to go to the upside, but it actually was still lurking around 2,300, coming down, then tapping 2,300. You're going to see the same sort of impact here, but I do see now that this is going to take some time. So we are going to be in a bigger corrective structure for gold and silver as well. Okay, so don't have a high hope of this one actually going and shooting and breaking the top again. It's not going to happen anytime soon. If that happens again, like I said to you, it will probably be something like they'll just want to make sure everybody's out, and then it will break down straight away, like how the yen pairs have done. They have shot up, came right back down. It's going to be that sort of an impact, but it's not going to stay that long, even if it breaks the top. So just from now onwards, think like, the war impact probably would not have much more major dominance into this movement of commodities. Okay. Now that was pretty much to do with the geopolitics and something about the Bitcoin to take away and have some thoughts on it. This week, we are expecting 2 major news: Australian interest rate and the pound interest rate. Okay. These 2 pairs, they are going to have a decent volatility in this week. It will align with the trades that I will give it to you today. Both of these news will have a major impact on the trades of the week, which I will post shortly after the session inside your dashboard. Now, in terms of the seasonality for the month of May, you're expecting dollar to become slightly bullish because it's always been bullish in the month of May. Majors, we would expect majors to actually start being slowly upwards, and then a break to the downside is what we expect in the month of May. Commodities will be the sideways. JXY, yen, and Swiss index will also be the sideways. Oil and gas, you would expect market to actually, start giving you some sort of bullishness in the month of May. Remember, this seasonality is not just based on, what market has done historically. It is based on demand and supply. It is based on the contracts expiry. It is based on a lot of other things that the market is actually, anticipating, or any major news events that could actually impact them. Okay, so that is what we are expecting for the indices. Mostly in the month of May, you would expect indices to be, again, as soon as the dollar becomes bullish, you would expect most of the indices will start to crumble, okay, which is what I'm expecting as well. So in the month of May, probably not this week, the week after, from the mid of May, we would expect most of the indices to start giving us a drop to the downside. The drop that I'm expecting will be a slightly slower, which means in the month of June, the real drop is going to come, okay? But this is going to be the seasonality for the month of May. Anything which is not clear so far before I actually head over to the fundamentals and then to the charts? I've never used to know. Okay, that's fine. We have done that. Can you please let me know what day on the daily class was about how to set up the robot EA? Francisco, we have actually posted this video under the robot tab inside your dashboard. So if you click on that, you should be able to see that video explained by Alan, how to use the EA. Okay. Afternoon Tay came a bit late. Wanted to ask if you can please help with the analysis of DXY and Euro on the weekly bigger time frame. Yes, Jerry will do that. My conspiracy is money will slowly be pulled from gold to Bitcoin. That is correct, Ali. That is what we are going to say. Historic, sell in May and go away. That's a good one, Robert. That is correct as well. Gold has depart dollar and returned to effective by the strength. Weakness of dollar. So if dollar heading towards 104.5 structurally, then gold can correct to 380 or nearby before drop for good below 2300. That is a good way to look at it. I am going to talk about this one anyway shortly. It will align with what you are just saying, Ali. Francisco, thank you. Brilliant. Right. Let's have a look at the fundamentals and the charts before we take any further questions. Right, Monday, we are expecting the bank holiday in most part of the Europe and in Japan as well. Again, you would expect very less volatility in the market, which is pretty normal. Most of the pairs that we have seen in terms of the majors, you would see them actually correcting opposite to what they have done on Friday. Then on Tuesday, we'll have a cash rate for the Oz. Again, they are expected to stay the rate as it is, 4.35%. I do anticipate that the Oz will get a bit weaker in this one. But once we go to the chart, I'll explain that to you from which level to which level I'm expecting that. Then on Wednesday, we are expecting, again, there's no major news. Then Thursday, we have BOE. For the BOE, I will have to explain that in detail on Wednesday because I need to tell you in terms of the structure, how you can trade the BOE British pound monetary policy. Again, expected it to stay as it is, but there are a few things in the KPIs that we have seen so far in terms of the political, results. Also, we have seen in the past week impacting the current ruling party. So again, that all could actually have an impact on this one. You might not see that way, but again, the Bank of England or any bank in the world, when they're actually, in the power, they usually have some sort of impacts which does not hurt the ruling party. Okay, so that's why you might actually see some sort of manipulation happening in the on Thursday because of this BOE. Then after that, we will expect unemployment claim. They're expecting this number to go up, which means again a bit more weakness towards dollar. Then we will conclude the week with the GDP month on month for the GBP. Again, this number might actually surprise us. We have actually came out of recession just now in the last few months. Now again, they're expecting the similar sort of a reaction month on month, and this might actually trigger us back again into the recession. If it comes negative after this one, and then again comes negative the next time, you might actually see that, you know, it's heading back again towards the same zone. So this is not really a growth. And again, we'll conclude the week with the employment change and unemployment rate from the CAD side. Again, at the moment, they're expecting both these numbers to actually become a weakness towards the CAD. Shortly, we'll see that in the charts. What is the structure saying to us? If that aligns, then only we'll trade it. Otherwise, we'll stay away from this one. But in all the cases, I'll have to get back to you with the updated structures on Wednesday about this. Then consumer sentiment, they're expecting this one to go to the downside from the revised figure. Even it was 77.9. It got revised from 77.9 to 77.2. Now this time they're expecting even further drop. Again, you can see that it's a deteriorating effect on the US economy. You are seeing that, and this is exactly what I've been saying that to you as well. That you're going to see that sort of KPIs showing you some sort of a, you know, trend. Previously, they were having a chat about when the pivot is going to come. Now, nowhere near you can actually hear the chatting about, you know, pivot coming in this quarter, because one, CPI data is not in control. Second, GDP is not really where they expected it to be. It's pretty much half of what they expected. Now, last week we have seen unemployment rate also has gone to the upside, and FOMC, during FOMC, they didn't even talk about like they are ready to go to the pivot or anything. So again, all of this is pretty much telling us that they are actually, you know, Feds are really trying to control the rate of dollar. But because of the election year, they're trying to give as much bullishness as they can by not even talking about anything else, by not even going for the pivot or anything. But again, at the same time, still the investors are not convinced. This is what it shows to the on the chart, that every single data is not really aligning with what they are expecting. Again, in this scenario, if they go for a pivot, they will push the economy into recession. And that is something, you know, the economist will understand what I'm trying to tell, okay? Because when you are actually, remember, for those people who are new here, I always say that, always remember, in the past, however long, when we ever been to the recession, this has always been the trend. Interest rate keeps going to the upside, and then at some point they stays and they stabilize, which is what has been happening for the past 3 quarters. Now, as soon as in this point here, when the market will start or get ready for the pivot, which means you're expecting the interest rates to go down for all the banks, that is the time, that is the trigger level of the recession, okay? And this is why it keep on delaying, because it's just inevitable, and it needs to happen to balance the market, okay? Once they do that, you're going to see that it's going to push the markets into the recession. When that happens, all the indices are going to fall apart, okay? That's why you need to keep an eye on this one. And the reason why I'm keep on talking about this one is I want to make sure that when this happens, you're not on the wrong side of the trade, okay? That's the whole idea behind it. Now, that is pretty much to do with the fundamentals. Let's have a look at the charts and see what is the real reality of the charts and what is really going to happen this week. Now, euro dollar. As you remember, euro dollar, I did say that to you, most likely the FOMC is to the upside, and then the NFP is going to drop the, you know, all the majors to the downside. So what market has done, they have actually pushed into the upside here, started to give us a corrective structure. That corrective structure shows me it's a continuation pattern. Now, this continuation pattern, our traders, you know, were quite clear about this one, that this has to go one more upside, because this is a very clear structure for the upside. Now, remember, when we see that, this is something generic that I wanted to tell you, and it is an answer to one of the questions as well somebody asked earlier. When you're expecting market to give you a push to the upside and then the push to the downside from 2 different news, okay? What we are expecting at that point is not just to blindly enter into it. Now, if market has given you this, which is a push to the upside, and started to give you a corrective structure here, you would not expect market to break down. You would expect market to push up, okay? Because you got a corrective structure as a confirmation, and then all what you needed was a volatility, and that volatility will be coming from the next news. That is the difference, okay? When you would expect market to go to the upside in first news and drop in the second news, you would not expect it to correct after. You would expect it to keep crawling to the upside, spending some time messing around, and then break down either as a start of a consolidation or an impulse to the downside, okay? With the next volatility that will come from the news. Hope that answers your question, what what somebody asked earlier. Now, what's next? We are expecting market to give us some more pullback here. Remember, this pullback, I will not be trading it to the downside. I'd rather actually wait for this one to finish. It might something looking like this one here. Then after that, you would expect market to push right back up once more. Okay, that once more is what you can trade, because I personally would trade that. If market gives me that, this needs to clear this fair value gap up here. Okay, because once market has cleared that, then we will be ready for the seasonality to kick in for the dollar. Okay. But first, it's a consolidation, one more push to the upside, and then we'll see here 1.0, just above this top here, see what market does, because above this top, it needs to give you some sort of a reaction, okay? Pound dollar, similar for the pound dollar, we were expecting market to give us this pullback here. This pullback is okay, but it's not decent enough that I'll be convinced for any sort of further downside or upside. So what I need to really see is the corrective structure here for one more drop here and then push right back up once more. Okay, once market has done that, we'll see what market has done, has there for us above 100 pips. But from the current level, I'm expecting at least a 100 pips push to the upside. But again, if it falls down, it will be even better. Okay, so see the reaction just below 25 level. See if market is ready to give you some sort of a buy setup, and then we can take it from there. It will probably give you at least 150 pips to the upside. Gold was expected to drop last week towards 23. Then after that, I wanted it to go to the 23.5. It went up towards 23.25, came back down as a consolidation. It's going to go right back up again. Remember that the market break the stop here. Very close to the top, I would say. I'm expecting the next reaction to be 23.50. That is the next reaction level. From that, we will see how far market wants to go to the upside or downside. But this structure, the way market is actually moving at the moment, this might actually be starting to do something like this. Push right back up, come back down, then push right back up, completing this sort of structure. Okay. Now DXY. Again, for the DXY, we were expecting market to push to the upside and then a break to the downside. Remember, the break to the downside would have stopped here, just below this bottom here, had the market actually broken this bottom. What it did, it actually came back down very close to the bottom, just only barely break this bottom, and then started to consolidate on the smaller time frame. That was a clear push to the downside. This week as well, we still have some more downside here, which I can see. Market can pretty much take this, fair value gap. It probably would pull back up here, break down once more, then push right back up. Remember, this is a consolidation at the moment, okay? It does not show me anything other than the consolidation. As you can see here, this was also one of the consolidation. It's probably just completing the similar sort of a magnitude here. Aussie dollar has completed this consolidation. This was a clear setup for a push to the upside. Again, from these levels, corrective structure for one more push to the upside, taking this top, and then after that, market can start to break down. But first, focus on this part. For the later half of the week, I'll let you know on Wednesday. I really hope some of you have actually captured this drop. I did say that to you even on the day, which day that this will fall, okay? Now, this fall that has happened from Thursday onwards is what we were waiting for, okay? Market has already dropped. If any of you are in the trade, make sure you take some partial profits, because it's going to come right back up here as a consolidation for a further downside. For me, this has started to go to the downside, and this is the first part of this next impulse. US oil was also expected to give us a reaction from 84 and break down towards 80 level. Market has actually tapped 84, came back down, tapped 80 as well, and again went further downside as well. If you're in the sell, make sure you keep moving your stops, keep taking partial profits. It's going to eventually give you this pullback here. Let the market come test this bottom here, and then after that, it might go very, very close to that without breaking the bottom. It probably will come right back up here, giving you some sort of a structure like that. Okay, minimum. Dollar CAD was expected to push to the upside. I was expecting one more push up and then break to the downside. Market decided to do that, which means now the push to the upside is going to go and pretty much break this top as well. So this has become the structure now. What market needs to do is it might actually test this bottom once more, but in all the cases from this level, if it gives you a consolidation, if it's upside, otherwise it will break down and then upside. Both the cases, it will have to break this top. It might be the CAD impact, not necessarily the dollar impact. Dollar yen was crazy. And again, we expected market. I did say that to you. Now, all the yen pairs, that is the top that I'm seeing here. Okay. So if they want to break these tops here, they need to give me the structure that I'm after. Okay. At the moment, this structure is the first part of the reversal. Now, that reversal does not mean that they are going to keep on dropping and falling. It is going to take some time. We are expecting a bigger corrective structure here, which means you're looking at 1,000 pips move. Okay, 500 pips, it's already been done. Now, from this week onwards, you're going to see some sort of a structure like that to the upside. From this level, most likely you're going to see 200 to 300 pips to the upside, and then a drop of another 500 to 600 pips. Now, when that drop will be ready, we'll let you know. For now, it's not ready. For now, what you need to do is wait for this one to go to the upside. If you want to trade it, make sure it has to be a short-term trade. And every time market keeps pushing to the upside, you need to keep taking partial profits. Do not close your trade, but keep taking partial profits. That would be the best case scenario for you. But because eventually when the market will go above 155, then we'll see how far this is going to go to the downside. Well, I'll let you know. But in all the cases, like I said to you, this is the start. I don't see market breaking this top or any of these tops that the market has already made. This week will be the bullishness coming for all the yen alternatives. Last week, we were expecting a bearishness. BTC has actually, again, I've gone into the detail of the BTC. If you have joined just now, make sure you watch this, the start few minutes of this session, because I've actually gone into a bit more detail to give you sort of an insight what's coming for the Bitcoin. Again, from this level, corrective structure, one more push to the upside. The way market is actually moving here. Now, the trouble is this part being broken, okay? This one. Because of this, it can actually mess around a bit more here, okay? Something like that. Complete this corrective structure, and then it can break down once more. Now, if that will be the case, could that be any other structure? There is a possibility of this structure as well. And then a break to the downside before market goes to the upside, okay? This being expanding triangle in the middle. But just keep an eye on this one. Again, in all the cases, that's if market will break this bottom again, look for a buy. That is the only thing that I can say to you. We are not looking for sell in the Bitcoin. Every time it's going to drop, it's a buy. And I just showed you that next time it's going to drop into one of these brackets. And anything that is below the green or on the green is the buy zone. Pound yen also has dropped. Again, we expected market to break this bottom, at least this bottom, and then, tell us what's next. The way it is actually reacting at the moment, it is going to, again, as I said, from this week onwards, we are going to see some bullishness here coming for all the yen alternatives. It might actually be very sharp as well, just to freak many of the retail traders out and then break down sharp as well, okay? But in all the cases, for me, this is going to start a corrective structure for us. After the corrective structure, please do not miss the sell if you have missed this. Euro New Zealand also has tapped 18.1. I was expecting 82, just a bit shy of this, 30 pips shy from the target. But again, it started to actually come back down. This time when it goes to the upside, it's going to be even bigger structure and even bigger move. So again, this has completed this messy structure at the moment. It might actually do some sort of a structure like this before it goes back up here. For now, wait on this one. This structure does not look to me that it's ready to go to the upside as yet. Let the market break this bottom first and then look for a buy. US30 was expected to make exactly the structure the market has done. Corrective structure, push up to take the top. Go back and check the charts again. I might be, you might be thinking that, that this everything can't be going exactly as it is. But again, check the charts for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Everything is on your dashboard archive. And this is just to show you that you can also do the same. Okay. So make sure, learn it wherever you learn it from, learn it before you give it back to the market, because there's no point giving it back to the market when you can actually take it away from the market. Right, what's next? From this level, we are expecting pullback, one more push to the upside, very close to 39 level. From there, we would expect market to give us a drop. And that drop could actually be something looking like this, or a push to the downside, taking the bottom. Both the cases, once market will come closer to 39, it might not tap 39, probably between these 200 points here. Market will lurk around and then give you a sell setup. That was the YouTube list. Let's have a look at indices. US 10 years bond yield, the way market has gone to the upside, it started to drop again. Again, this is just a consolidation for me. I'm not convinced that this is ready for anything, like a reversal in this, because the reversal, if anything, market needs to go up towards 4.8 in order to give us the reversal. Yes, it can give us one more drop here, just probably tapping 540 level here, and then push right back after. But it will be a consolidation. All it can do is just extend this wave here for a fifth wave. Okay, before market goes back up. SXY was expected to shoot up with a CPI. Hopefully, many of you have taken this trade to the downside for all the chief alternatives. If you have, you did good. Corrective structure. Minimum is what I'm expecting to fill this gap here. So again, if you're in the cells of all the yen or any of the chief alternatives, make sure you take some partial profits and put the rest at break even. Okay. JXY also has shot up. What we are expecting next is the market to come back down here. From 65.3, I'm expecting market to at least drop a point, which is again 64.5. And then we'll see what market has for us. But in all the cases, what I'm expecting is something like this for a push to the upside. CXY, similar one for this one as well. If market will give me a consolidation here, this needs to go to the upside, but I need to tell you on Wednesday what is coming next. For now, just wait on this CAD pairs. DAX has tapped 18K again. It needs to give you one more push to the upside. Let the market crawl slowly, something like this. Drop, push right back up, taking these two tops, and above these two tops here, you can start to look for your sell setups. Okay, those sell setups above these two tops would actually be a very decent one for a fall to the downside, taking this bottom. Japan 225, again, this is a consolidation. Let the market crawl to the upside here. It's going to give you some sort of structure like that. It has a potential even to tap 39K level. Once market comes into this zone here, see what market does. For now, it is an upside. HSI was expected to keep pushing to the upside. It still has some more upside. I can see this one heading towards 18.89, somewhere around here. Let the market take this top here, this one, and then we'll see the structure. Russell 2000 has a potential to go further upside. Let the market crawl here and then push right back up. Similarly, for the Aussie 200, as you know, this was our trade of the week. We expected market to go up from here. And then second part of the week, we expected market to go up from here. Both the cases, if you have traded it, you must have made money. This time it's going to come back down here again. And then you can trade this one again once more to the upside to take this top here. Again, if you don't know how to trade this one, you never traded this one, stay away from this one. FTSE has taken the top again. Now, what we need to do is we need to see for market to give us a pullback here. This pullback needs to be slightly bigger than this one here. So I would anticipate that the pullback will probably start in the first half of the week. Then from Wednesday onwards, we can start to look for some more push to the upside here. S&P was expected to go to the downside, 4950 precisely. Market has actually gone very close to that and then push right back up towards 51.5. What's next? We are expecting market to crawl slowly to the upside here, and then it will break down once more, tapping this bottom. Again, for me, I'd wait on this one. This structure is not complete yet. This needs to give us some more structure to the upside like this. If market is doing that, going very close to 52, it might not tap 52, but it will just clear this gap here and then break down after. Nifty has taken the top and then came right back down. It's going to keep doing that here until they have like the full results of the election. As soon as market will tap that again, you look for a sell. Eventually, you're going to see this will be cleared out, these two bottoms. Nasdaq is also similar as S&P 500. Again, we expected market to go tap 18,000. It hasn't done it yet. It will be doing it this week. Let the market crawl down, push right back up, tap 18K. From there, we can start to look for our sell setups. EU50 has completed this messy structure. It is actually consolidating at the moment for one more break before it goes back up. That is the indices. Let's have a look at the other pairs before we take your questions. New Zealand dollar. This was our trade of the week. As I've mentioned, we expected market to break this top, give us a push to the downside towards 59 level, and look at the reaction market did. Remember, it could have gone up from here. It could have gone up from here, from here, from here. Why 59? That is exactly what you need to learn. Okay, that's why this trade you would have taken it if market, you know, if you don't know, you probably would be buying from here. But what's the point of buying from here when you can sell it first? Then you can buy it. Okay, that's the only difference. When you have a knowledge, you can do that. This was a very, very clear structure. All our traders knows that the way market was going to the upside, it cannot be the wave that we are expecting as an impulse. So we needed that. Okay, and that is your push to the upside. Now what next? We're expecting market to give us this consolidation here in this week, and this consolidation would push this pair to the upside. But first downside, then upside. Silver also, we were expecting silver to keep playing around in this zone here, which is what market is doing at the moment. It needs some more pullback here, push to the upside. It's going to play around in this zone here, like I've just drawn 27, 28 towards 26, something like that. So in these 2 points, market is going to keep playing around in the next week, like that. Okay, and then it will break down. Dollars R has gone to the downside even further, broken this bottom as well. Now from this level, we have to see the structure. So for this week, if you want to trade anything, you can certainly look for a push to the upside, and that is the only direction I would look for my setups in this one. Push to the upside, potentially something like this. From this current level, we can expect at least a 50 points upside. Dollar Mexican as well. This could be a potential structure here at the moment. Again, wait for this one to give you that push to the upside. It's going to tap this top within this structure. Let's see when market gives us this buy setup here. But it will be the buy bullishness that I'm expecting in here. EuroCAD is also trade of the week that we have given last week. Again, this ended up being a very good trade to the upside. Again, we gave it from here. Instead of actually stopping, it actually went back up and cleared this top as well. What's next? We're expecting market to crawl to the downside here, push right back up. It is heading to take these two tops, by the way. But again, don't buy it just now. Wait for the market to give you this, and then up this to the upside to take these two tops. Euro Oz also was our trade of the week. Again, as you can see here, how magically market has actually gone to the upside to exact level of the arrow here. And then from there, it actually started to drop. Can you see that? That is the arrow here, exactly to the pip. And then from that level, if market would have corrected, that would have pushed to the upside, but this has started to give you an impulse to the downside. Okay, and that impulse to the downside has changed a structure slightly. Again, what's next? We can expect market to start going to the upside anytime, and then we'll see what market has for us. But in all the cases, it should go back up towards 64 level. Euro GBP. Now, Euro GBP also has fallen down, came right back up here. This is going to be a slightly messier structure, doing some sort of a messy structure like this, push right back down here. Check the reaction above 86 levels, see what market gives you there. above 60.86. If it gives you a sell setup, it might not be a bad idea to take it slowly for a short term. Euro yen also has fallen down again. We expected market to have 69 level. It went very, very close to 169 and when dropped from there, because again, the structure was pretty much ready. It probably would go back up again, something like this, tapping 167, 168 in this zone here. Then we'll see what market has for us. But for now, this week, I can see them all pushing right back up, at least 150 to 200 pips. Euro Chief also was expected to break down with the CPI news on Thursday, which is what market has done. That was a great sell. Again, I did mention that even if market breaks this top here, it will be a sell on Thursday. Again, market has done that. What's next? If it gives you a pullback, that's your trade. Keep doing that unless market breaks this bottom here. Okay, once market has taken this bottom, we'll see what the structure looks like then. Pound CAD also went up, came back down as a consolidation. This needs some more time here. You're going to see some sort of a structure like this. Most likely, we're going to make something slightly bigger than this one, okay? And then push right back up after. Pound Chief as well has fallen down with Thursday's news. Hope some of you have actually captured this one. This has still a lot more downside. It's heading to break this bottom here. If it pulls back, wait for the pullback. Do not enter here, please, because I understand that you'll be really tempted to sell it because I've said that it's going to head to break this bottom. As soon as you click the trade, it's going to start pushing to the upside, at least 100 pips from the current level, and then break down when your patient goes out, okay? Pound New Zealand also has fallen down again. This has become slightly messier structure now. It needs some more time here. I can see this one crawling slowly to the upside. Then we need to see it might probably one more time fall back before it goes back up. Okay, because New Zealand might actually get a bit more stronger in the coming weeks than any of the majors. So then we need to really see like how market will react against that. Pound Oz went up, came right back down very sharp. It's going to go back up here this week if you are in the trade. And if you have been still holding and you haven't taken the break even, then make sure you actually, when market goes to the upside, it will come back towards your break even level here. Take your trade off, wait for this one, and then enter back again. Aussie has become a bit stronger than the rest of the currencies in the past week. It has taken the top, taken the liquidity above these two tops. Now from this level here, it needs to give us some further drop. Once market has completed somewhere around here, 59 level, see what market does. Aussie CAD was expected to go to the upside, take this top, which is what market has done. It was a really good push to the upside. Now from this level, we need to see, remember, if you 2 weeks ago, I said that to you, this is a complete expanding triangle. Okay, look what market has done. It has taken the top, which clarified to us that that is what we were expecting, and the market has proved it to us. Now, what's next? Pull back here, and then we'll see. For now, it's a short-term downside. Aussie Yen also has fallen down. This also needs to go to the upside this week. Again, even if these pairs will go down, it will still be pushing back up towards the end of this week, and then we'll see what market has for us. Aussie New Zealand. Now, Aussie New Zealand also, the way market is actually going to the downside and the way it is going to the upside, this does not give me any sort of a sell continuation pattern, okay? It just gives me that this is a continuation pattern to the upside rather before market goes to the downside. For me, as long as market is respecting this top here, you're good to go to the downside. As soon as market breaks this top, then we have a change of structure. For now, this is business as usual. We're looking for a downside. New Zealand Chief is also ready for one more drop. Again, this was a complete corrective structure here for a push to the upside, which is what market has done. Now it is going to go to the downside. Anytime market goes further downside, gives you a corrective structure, that's your trade to the downside. New Zealand Yen, this also again, similar one, push to the upside. If market will take these two bottoms and gives you a buy setup, might not be a bad idea to look for a push to the upside. New Zealand CAD also has shot up, corrective structure. one more push to the upside, taking this top here, would be the likely scenario in this week. CAD-Gen as well has fallen down. It's a great fall to the downside from 117 all the way to 11. This is pretty much 700 pips that we are looking at here. This needs to go to the upside as well, along with the rest of the yen alternatives. Something like this, and then we'll see what's the next structure. But again, I'm expecting a corrective structure, not an impulsive structure at the moment to the upside. If we get an impulsive structure and you're in the buy, you're in a very, very good trade. You actually will make money quickly. If you're in a corrective phase, you will still be making money, but you might actually be not making it very fast. That is the only difference. Breakdown, push right back up is what I'm seeing for this one as well. Again, corrective structure before market gives us anything else. CAD Chief also has fallen down, which is what we were expecting anyway. Again, pullback happens before the CAD news. That is your trade. It's going to test this bottom and even further downside as well. XBT has tapped 950 again. We were expecting 900 to 950 zone movement. From this corrective structure, one more drop is going to be a likely scenario. Again, it's going to keep playing around between 920 and 955. Nat gas also has taken the top, came back down, pushed right back up here again. This is going to go back down once more, giving you a slightly messier corrective structure before market goes to the upside. Okay. Now from this level, should you buy this one? I probably wouldn't. I'll wait for the market to come back down quite a bit if it comes down. But if market does not come down and instead start to give you a corrective structure, then that is going to keep on pushing to the upside, and that is not your trade. Your trade was here. That's where we have posted the trades, and this is why it was the trade of the month for the month of April. Ethereum also, the way market is going to the upside, I only have one thing in this structure, that it could actually turn out to be something like this. 3,300, break down once more, freaking most of the retail traders and coins holder out, and then push right back up. Okay, because of the way market is moving here, this should not be actually going slowly like that. This should shoot up if that's what market is going for impulse. But this impulse does not look impulsive. So again, one drop and then push right back up would be a very decent one. And if it breaks down and gives you a buy setup, you know what to do. That is pretty much for all the pairs. Any questions, please put it down. Right, let me see what we have and where we have actually stopped. Hisham, hello, per last call, BTC USD to go down if it takes the 4-hour swing low, which it did, but then retraces sharp up. Can you please explain, explain? Hisham, I have done that. If you're still not sure, please send a message again, and I'll probably go back again to go through this one. But again, you should be clear on that one, because that's what I've explained just now, that it might actually test the last low again before it goes back up. Okay, all the central banks are still concerned about inflationary pressure. That is correct, Robert. That's why they are waiting until they go for a pivot. Jason, Professor T, pound dollar daily time frame, please. Daily time frame, Jason. It looks like it is going to give you a pullback here and a corrective structure very soon in this week, early part perhaps, something like this, and then push right back up. Okay. Even on the daily chart, it's pretty much the same. I do not see this one actually falling too much. It's just going to be a corrective structure for a push up. FTSE hit an all-time high. Indeed it is, Robert. For gold, can we see it going to 1500 level before the next seasonality? 1500, I do not think at the moment. Ayatollah, it's quite far for 1500. So you would expect market to actually, give you a sort of consolidation between the next 500 points. Okay, if they are going for a bigger consolidation. Okay. Yes, please. Pound yen analysis in 1 hour time frame. Let's have a look. 1 hour time frame for the pound yen. 1 hour time frame is similar, as I've mentioned. It's going to keep crawling to the downside. One more push to the upside. James, hi T, hope all is well with you and family. Very well, thank you, James. I have been wondering how the effect of BOJ interventions. They have a large holding of USD bonds. They have been selling their bonds, buying JPY to better their economy, but it is not working. That is correct. The US don't want them to sell their bonds because it puts a burden on the US. That is also correct. It can raise the interest rate because it is causing more debt. BOJ is in stagflation. Their CPI print has been weak and will continue for a while. Am I on the right track? You are spot on, James. Well done. That is exactly what's happening at the moment. And again, that's why you would see that in the past week, when they started to sell some, Janet Yellen has started to talk about a few things like, intervention of Japanese, banks towards strengthening the currency, because that is exactly what's going to happen. And we all know that at the moment, the debt ceiling for the US is over the roof. They just keep on, brushing it under the carpet. One day, very soon, you're going to see that it's going to come, come biting. So again, to eradicate that, obviously they'll keep doing whatever they can for however they can. Do you think the odds interest rate would push odds down further, Francisco? I do think that it's going to push up before. Okay. And if it doesn't push up, then yes, it will push up with the news. Otherwise, it would actually break down after the push up has happened. If there is time, can we have a weekly chart for the gold, silver, and euro Oz? Yes, Ayatollah, we can double check that. Justin cannot hear sound. Justin, it's probably from your side. Everybody else could hear that. If you have missed it, please watch the recording. Adam Haiti, if you were to choose one yen pair to trade to the upside this week, which pair would seem the best for you? Adam, to be honest, if I'm trading any of these pairs this week to the upside, I'd actually rather see the structure, how these structures are actually making, because on the 1 hourly chart, all of them are pretty much the same. Okay. So what you really need to see is what you're really, which currency you're actually interested in this week. Okay. So again, this is too early for me to tell you that which one I would trade. Perhaps pound yen would not be a bad idea. Okay, Jana Haiti, is it a good option to buy and keep ruble? Ruble. We can double check the chart, Jenna. Please remind me to look at the USDT ruble. Please, BTC 1 hour time frame. Let's have a look at the BTC 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame for the BTC looks like it's going to keep crawling like this, push up, take the top, probably take this top as well, and then give you a break to the downside again. There is a fair value gap market can actually fill after taking the top. Okay. Gold, bigger picture, please. Yes, Bagir will do that. Please don't forget DXY and euro on the weekly time frame. Dollar, let's have a look. Euro dollar on the weekly time frame, we can double check that. Again, I do see this one market keep pushing to the upside here, and then a break to the downside. Okay, this is a weekly chart that I can see here, and the dollar as well, similar one for this one, something like this, push right back up. Okay, bigger picture for the gold. Gold bigger picture is going to be, we are heading for something like this minimum. Okay, best case scenario, this here. As many of small banks are having the stress issue, do you think if some banks fail, it can be turning point for S&P downfall? It could be. It could be, but again, remember this time when the recession will trigger, I do believe it's going to be triggered because of the small banks. Okay, and banking sector is going to suffer massively. You'd see that many of your, like your high street banks are getting closed. They are closing their banks. They're going online. Why? Because obviously people are losing trust. And when the loss of trust happens, of course, you would expect, people to take out their money. And when you do that, of course, the banks are going to lose. Okay. So that is where you would see that the trigger probably would be happening from the bank side. Okay. Good morning to you. Are you expecting a reaction from 3.02 on the natural gas? Could we see a continuation of the big trend after that level is hit? That is correct. Michael, if market will break 2 level and then consolidates, then the next push to the upside will be a very decent one. At least it will double the price. Okay. Hi T, can you help me look at oil in 1 hour, please? Yes, we can do that. Gold 1 hour time frame. Guys, please try and see, not to go to the 1 hourly chart on this one, because there's a reason that I actually go particularly for 4 hours, because I don't want you to go to the lowest time frame. That's why we have a daily sessions for going to the lowest time frames. Okay, but I'll do that today. Once in a while is good. But for all the pairs, it's no, it's not doable. Can we please have oil for 1 hour? Let's have a look. Oil for 1 hour. Right, so oil looks like it's going to pull back anytime. Okay, as soon as market opens tonight, it's probably going to push right back up, something like that. Okay, minimum something similar looking like this one, but in the opposite direction here. Okay. What else did we have? Can you look at it on the daily? Yes, Michael, we have done that. Brilliant. Okay. Gold, Eli, we can double check the gold on the 1 hourly. Let's have a look. Yeah, gold looks like it probably would give you some sort of a reaction like that. Messy one. Probably tapping this bottom here and then push right back up. Okay. For me, it is a push to the upside that I'll be interested in. I don't like to sell, especially at these levels. Let the market break something like this, and then if it gives you a buy setup, not going to be a bad one. Dollar CAD for 1 hour. Dollar CAD looks like it has a potential push to the upside. You're going to minimum have something like this sort of a structure here, and then we'll see probably what market will do somewhere around here. It might test the bottom before it goes back up, but in all the cases, I do see that this structure is going to have a very decent push to the upside coming very soon. Jenna Haiti, do you think that the red hyper theory is true? Is that why the war is taking place in middle? What's your opinion? I know this is outside the topic, but I thought it would help in fundamental knowledge. Jenna, remember, it's again, I'm not gonna be going into too much detail. It is something to do with a religious thing as well as at the same time. There are some sort of continents in the world, they don't believe on this one. Yes, as I've said to you, many things, many theories that you would actually talk about, they would have a very close call towards the reality. Okay, they might be true, they might not be true. Okay, but again, it is something objective. Okay, and it is some things that you might believe, the others might not believe. So that's why I would suggest you that do not just believe on that, always align that with the fundamentals and the chart. Now, if the charts and fundamentals are actually saying you exactly the same thing that the red hyper theory is actually suggesting, then you have your answer. Okay, because I always refer back to the charts. When somebody tells me that this is going to happen or this is what they're expecting from, I'm particularly talking about somebody from the higher hedge funds, my friends. When they say that we are actually selling something towards this level on a bigger scale, I go back to the chart. And if chart is telling me what they are telling me, then I trade that. Otherwise, I just ignore that. Okay, because charts never lie. That's why always go back to the charts. Do you see any sort of a trend line, any sort of indicators on the chart that we actually do? You give me any chart, we'll look at the chart. I don't care what the indicator is telling me. All what I need to read is what the chart is telling me. Okay, and that's what you should do as well. Declutter. And whenever you're in confusion, I always say that zoom out. That's all. This year, can we expect silver at 15.5 level, or will it be after the recession? I presume that it will be not this year. 15.5 is a massive drop, but again, if market will give you a corrective structure, like what I've just mentioned, and then the drop would be a substantial drop, which means again, you will have a decent drop, something similar like this or better than this, then yes, it will become a possibility even in this year. Okay. Can we take a look at the USD TRY Turkish lira? Yes, Ahmed, we can do that. I may do what my great auntie did. She never trusted banks, so she kept all her money in the national dried milk tins all her life. That is pretty much Robert, many people in the past has been doing, but yeah, it's never bad. Bad choice actually to keep hold and keep control of your money. Steve, thanks. Steve had problems with the internet. Will watch recording. Love Sunday session. Brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at your request. Have I missed anyone's request? Please put it down if I have. I think gold bigger picture. I have done that as well. Bagir's request. Anybody else's request that I've missed? Apart from the ruble, because again, that was to do with the requested list. Yeah. Right, I think that is most of the questions answered. Let's put your requests in. Any request that you want me to look at, any chart you want me to look at, please put it down. Happy to look at it for you. Right, let's start with the USD ruble. Okay. If you have any particular one, Deepak, in mind, any gold stock chart, let me know which mining company you want me to look at in weekly, if possible. Yes, Saifullah will do that. QQQ, okay, that can be done. What is the next for silver? Omar, please have a look at the recording if you have missed it. It seems like you just joined. We have gone through silver in detail. Sulfate, okay, USD, TRY, BTG. Yep, brilliant. Randa, FXI, BA, Indian oil in the requested list. Yes, let's do the Indian oil. Neo plays looking for a correction to then buy towards 10 first, then move upside. Let's have a look at Neo. Could you please look at SMCI? Let's do that. SMCI, PLTR, gold, Barrick Gold. Okay, let's have a look at Barrick Gold. Cardano, Matic. Both of these coins are good. Neo, we have done that. ETH, we have done that. XRP, we can add that. Tesla, we can do that. And Google, we can do that. Google, we have done that, David. Baba, we can add. Mara, we can do that. I think right, we have already added, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have. Ticker is gold. Okay, let's do the gold. We have gold as being a ticker. I've already added this one, Deepak. MSFT. Here we have added Apple. Please, yen ETF. We can do the yen ETF as well. I think we have got that one. Let's do this. This is the futures. Let's do this one. It's a pretty similar one anyway. Boon, okay? It will be a very similar one. Actually, the first one is better. Tesla, please. We have done that. Wipro. By the way, my great aunt lived during the First and the Second World War. They were made of strong stuff in those days, and she never borrowed a penny. See, this is what, probably will end up actually being strong as well with what the banks will teach us in the future. Euro should break the top as a collective structure and then break down, write down. I would like to have your daily view, please. Yes, Eli, that is the pretty decent view, and that is what I'm also looking at. But let me go through that one. A two ticker F and C. Let's do the F first. And let's do the AC. CMJ. I've sent in the group the chart. Can you comment if you don't get time here, please? Yes, I will do that. LSPD. Okay, Mana USD. SMH. Right, I think that is decent number of charts that I've actually added. Let's have a look at them all. And if you have any further request, I'll probably just add it at the bottom. Okay. What else? Let me just quickly do the last few questions you guys have asked about, I think, EURUSD. Let me just quickly do the daily analysis on that one. So the euros, as I've said, we will be potentially looking for a push to the upside. It might break this top, this bottom once more, test this, but eventually it needs to go to the upside because this move to the downside, it started very slow, but then it actually gave us this consolidation for a further drop, and then it kept on dropping to the downside. It does happen sometimes, but there is a potential for this one actually to come back and test this top once more. Okay, above that, if market gives you corrective structure, then it's going to go and test this top. Okay, but that is what I will be looking for in this week for this particular pair. Okay, now let's have a look at the requests. USD ruble. Now the question was, can you hold the ruble for long term? Okay, we can double check that. Because since you want to hold the ruble, I think it would be more relevant to actually look at the ruble Russian against dollar chart than dollar against ruble Russian. Right, I do see this one actually. It's going to get a one more dip. Okay, means you might actually go right back up, come back down, push back up, come back down, taking these two bottoms, and then after that, yes, it would be worth holding. Okay, set index. Set index looks like this is going to give you a pullback here for one more drop to the downside to break this bottom. Right. Right also has some more downside. I can see this one crawling slowly to the upside here, early part, and then break to the downside, clearing this gap here, and then we'll see what market has for us. Invesco. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come back, clear this gap, push right back up, take the top, test it, and then come back down after. Okay, so something similar like this one here. Sophie. Sophie is correcting at the moment, and I believe this structure, the way market has moved to the downside, this needs to give us a push to the upside now. Now that push might actually just end up being a corrective structure for one more break to the downside, testing this bottom. Okay, but in all the cases, it is heading for some sort of a structure like that. Dollar TRY. Now the TRY has been very weak compared to most of the currencies at the moment. Again, that comes down to the policies the government is taking at the moment, the way it is reacting at this point in time. This is going to come back up with one more, test the top, then perhaps one drop, break to the upside after. Okay, because this is a corrective structure at the moment. BTG. Right, so BTG looks like this is going to give you, the way market is moving to the downside here, it is losing quite a lot of momentum here, and it has already taken the bottom. It probably, before taking this bottom here, it probably will give you one more push to the upside here. Okay, a very slow one, and then a break to the downside. RNDR against USDT. Yeah, this looks like this is a potential corrective structure at the moment here. Let the market keep crawling to the downside and then push right back up. We need to see how fast this goes to the upside, but in all the cases, I can see this one actually going back up. FXI. FXI has got one more drop coming very soon. If you're in the buy, make sure you keep on taking some partial profits, because at any point above this, somewhere here, it needs to give you that break to the downside. Okay. BA. Yeah, looks like this is going to come back down as well. Let the market crawl slowly to the upside. One more drop to the downside. Let the market test this bottom somewhere around here, 165. See what market does there. If it consolidates, it's heading to break the bottom once more. IOC. IOC is consolidating. This is going to take some time. It's heading for slightly bigger consolidation here for one more break. NEO. Let the NEO go to the upside further. Again, this might actually be the start of this push to the upside that we have been waiting for. Let the market take this top, very close to taking this top here. It will come back down, and then you can enter for a long-term buy. SMCI. This is correcting at the moment. Again, this has some more downside. This could be a potential structure, but the way market is reacting here, it probably would need one drop. Then after that, we can go back up. PLTR. PLTR has got one more drop coming. Again, this, even if it goes to the upside, taking the stop, it won't last that long. Needs to come back down from here or just corrective structure and then break to the downside. I'm expecting the liquidity to be taken below this level, and then it will complete this bigger corrective structure before it goes back up. ADA, USDT. Yeah, this has one more drop coming at the moment. It could be actually this week, something like this, and then push back up. Matic is also getting ready to go to the upside further. Let the market take the top 80 above. If it consolidates, then only it's going to head over above 895 and above. XRP is consolidating. It needs some more time here. Again, let the market do something like this for push to the upside, come back down before it goes back up. Tesla has given you a reaction again. It was very close to where we were expecting the reaction. It has taken this bottom again, cleared this fair value gap as well. Now from this level here, it will come back down for a consolidation. Okay, minimum something like this is going to make now. Okay, so if market will give you something like this, you should take this one. But bear that in mind. I do not think that this is ready to go to the upside as yet. I believe it will be ready at this level. Okay, Google needs more time here. Again, this will be clearing this gap. So as you can see here, most of these major stocks has got one more drop coming. So we'll potentially be seeing one more drop very, very soon in S&P and NASDAQ. Baba has already pushed up. Again, if you're in the buy, keep moving your stops. This potentially can actually go to the upside further. The way market is moving at the moment, let the market clear this gap here. Okay, once this gap is cleared, it will pull back before it goes back up. Mara is also consolidating at the moment. Let the market give you some more consolidation. This is not convincingly going to the upside for me. I need to see this one breaking down once more. Okay, it probably would crawl slowly to the upside, break down, taking this bottom, then push back up, break down before it goes back up. So again, you will be here for the next few weeks. Gold, Barrick. Okay. Yeah, this looks like this is going to do exactly the same thing that I've just mentioned about the other gold pairs. Let the market take this bottom once. Okay, let this one push to the upside, come back down, push back up, then come back down. This, I do believe that this, once market has completed this consolidation, it's going to fall down very nicely. Microsoft. Microsoft is consolidating at the moment. It does not give me any sort of drop to the downside. Instead, it is a continuation pattern that it seems like something like this would follow. Let the market take the stop, and then we'll see what market has for us. But at this point in time, I do not see any sellers pressure in here. Apple. Apple has actually dropped, push up, and then dropping again. Now, let the market clear this gap here. Okay, let the market clear this gap. This still does not complete the corrective structure that I am after, even though the market has completed something like this here. Let the way market is moving in this scenario here, what I need is a consolidation here, filling this gap. Okay, then after that, yes, you can take the buy. Yen future, this is pretty much same like FXY. Let's look at that one. As I've mentioned earlier, it's pretty similar as the future ETF. Yeah, this looks like this is going to come back down here. This something like this, potentially even covering this gap before market goes to the upside. Wipro looks like this has one more push to the upside. Again, this is a consolidation in the making. Again, keep an eye on this one. This might actually turn out to be a slightly bigger consolidation here for push to the upside, break to the downside, then push to the upside. Ford has some more downside, pull back, and one more drop is going to be a likely scenario here. Air Canada, this also has one more drop coming very soon. Let the market crawl to the upside slowly, and then it's going to go break this bottom first, and then head over to breaking this bottom as well. CMJ, looks like this needs some more time here. Slightly something like this, take the top, and then it will be starting something slightly bigger than this. LSPD, looks like it's going to go and break this bottom here. Let the market break this bottom and then look for a buy. For now, I do not see any momentum to the upside. Mana has upside again. There's no question about it. All it needs is one push up, one break, and then it's going to be ready for a push to the upside. SMH, this is correcting at the moment for further downside. Let the market crawl up, break to the downside. Taking this bottom will be the next structure that we'll be looking for. Right, that is pretty much most of your requests done. Let's have a look. Tynes, I need to tell that the robot is doing a great job. I see you need to be careful on the US oil. It loves to do in gold. Okay. So it needs to put, okay, that's fine. Thank you, Tynes, for your feedback. Can you please explain to me who are big players in the Forex market and how much they trade? Can you explain some details? Arish, I'd love to do that if you would have asked me this question at the start. Perhaps next week when you come for the live session, ask me this question or remind me this question. I'm really happy to answer you, because this needs some more time to explain that to you. But now you just need to know that for the big players are your banks, your hedge funds, and all those players who are actually dumping their billions and millions into the market. When they do that, that's when the market moves. You and I will not be able to move the market 10 pips. Okay, that's the difference between us and them. So again, the only way to make money is to actually just follow them. And the way we are actually doing that here is by reading their footsteps. And as soon as we read that they are going to enter, we just sneakily enter as well. That's how we make money. And you should. Steve, thanks again. T also had a problem with the Zoom again. I will watch recording. God bless everyone. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for the session, Mr. T. Brilliant. Thank you, Bunny. Thanks everyone for today. Again, I really hope you have enjoyed today's session and you have learned something new. And all the trades of the week for the week starting 6th of May will be posting inside your dashboard. And shortly, I will update that. With that note, please trade with care. And again, stick to the rules, stick to the plan. And goodbye. I shall see you next week.